Hi, I'm Joe Mantegna. The video you're about to view is about a subject no one wants to talk about: child abuse. This is a tough subject to address, but at the end of this journey together, we can all make a difference. Child abuse is a rising epidemic, shrouded in secrecy and shame. Every day we lose 5 children in abuse-related deaths. Child abuse knows no boundaries. It happens across every socioeconomic level, all cultural lines, within all religious groups, and at all levels of education.
Before coming here, I felt a lot of guilt. I think that's what drew most of my anxiety and depression. I was guilty because I believed that it was my fault what had happened to me. I didn't know why I had been abused.
I turned pale. I was really white the moment I wanted to tell her. She asked me what was wrong, and I just said, your husband has been, abusing me. He has been touching me. He's been doing things to me that are not right. I couldn't keep it inside anymore. I guess everything bottled up, and I just spoke, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take the abuse, the hurt, how I felt like every day about myself.
No kid should ever go through depression or anxiety as I did.
I'm here to tell you about a very special organization right here in the Coachella Valley. Over 18,000 children have come through our doors for counseling over the past 25 years. The Barbara Sinatra Center for Abused Children. When child abuse destroys a family, where do they go to recover and heal? Well, for us, there's a champion for their cause: Barbara Sinatra.
When I met the children and talked to them and saw what happened to them, they were beautiful children. I had to do it. There was just something inside me that said, do it, open the place. They need a place where they can meet and be healed.
In our community, there's a place a child who has been shattered by abuse can go to heal.
The Barbara Sinatra Children's Center can be a model for how a community deals with abuse. We can show the rest of the country how a center like this functions within a community.
I was afraid to expose the secret because I was afraid that my mom would lose her marriage and her husband would come after me.
Children are reluctant to talk to an adult because the adult is usually the one that has caused the trauma to them in the first place. So you have to get their confidence.
If it wasn't for Barbara Sinatra's Children's Center, the abused children that we see would continue to believe that the abuse that they experience is something that's normal and that happens in all the families and their friends' homes. So here they learn that that is not healthy, and they learn to heal from that.
I've seen kids not being able to attend school who've had to do home hospital, essentially, which that means is they can't go to school because their life is too disruptive and they're too disrupted to school, or they can't go because they're too afraid. And I've seen them go from being home hospital to being able to interact in school and be independent, take care of themselves, join sports. Their grades go up.
The center is like a lifeline for a parent and a child where there has been molest or sexual abuse. This is a focused area, and all the services are under one roof.
The first step is education. Educate adults and children how to identify abuse. The earlier we can reach an abused child, the more success we'll have in healing that child and breaking the cycle of abuse.
At the Barbara Sinatra, they have amazing counselors to let them know that they're not alone. They have people to talk to.
At the Barbara Sinatra Center for Abused Children, counseling is the cornerstone. Once we've identified a child suspected of being abused, we immediately assign one of our world-class therapists to work with the child and the family through many modalities.
We are able to provide family therapy, garden therapy, a teens, adolescent self-esteem group, as well as a karate group.
We use a lot of play and art therapy, particularly art therapy. Children love to play, as we all know, because that's our first job, is to build a rapport and trust with the child. And then when that's established, we can work on more deeper issues.
What you see for all the potential that they have that they don't even recognize, or they haven't had anybody in their life, not even a teacher, much less a parent, reflect a little bit of that, of how amazing they truly are and all their talents and abilities. When they come in just thinking that they're zero, it's pretty sad.
The consequences of child abuse are devastating, from teen pregnancy to psychological disorders, criminal behavior, committing violent crimes. As many as 2/3 of people in treatment facilities reported being abused or neglected as children. And possibly the most tragic consequence is the continuation of the horrible cycle of abuse.
There's so many effects to that. It's so important that prior to having children that they get services to heal themselves so that they can be a better parent and a better indicator of who they let around their children.
How wonderful it is that you can have a center that works with these abused children to actually stop a cycle.
We have achieved the peace and the harmony, and we can talk about that and then put it aside and continue with our lives and only use it to help other people.
How can we, as a community, ensure that the center will continue its good works for generations to come? Each of us plays a very important role. No gift is too small. We can band together for the good of our children. We must recognize the importance of our outreach and identify how important this center is to our community and as a model for others.
If one wishes to be a donor to this wonderful cause, it's so simple. You can come and volunteer, and of course you can become an aunt or an uncle.
And you know directly where it goes. There's no hidden places. Our money goes directly to operations, period.
But what we really need to do is continue to build this endowment so we have this legacy that this facility will be ongoing and operational for generations to come.
I am determined to make a success of this because those children, if we don't speak for them, they have no one to speak for them.
Please, I implore you, let us speak for them. Together, we can make the difference.
I'm going to college for medical assisting. Me and my mom are stable now. We have a good home. She works, I work.
You just like go into automatic because you're in pain and you're like, you don't know anything. You just want somebody to help you, to carry you. And that's what they did. They carried me while I was strong so I can continue my road into life.
Right now I'm going to school to get my bachelor's in psychology. Afterwards I want to get my MFD, which is marriage and family therapist. Hopefully work with kids. I hopefully want to work in a center like this, so hopefully it's still here when I'm done with my MFT.
The reason I choose to be in this video is because I feel if I could help one kid, then that's great to me. I can speak out and help touch one kid's heart, then to me that's perfect.
Since 1986, we have helped over 18,000 children, but more children need our help. With your love and their hope, the Barbara Sinatra Center for Abused Children is the safe haven for healing. Help today.